Next guest has been in everything from Peaky Blinders, Vikings, to the latest Jason Bourne film, starring alongside Matt Damon.
Yes, her new project sees her take to the stage about a play about a woman that history forgot. Amy de Bhrún, you're very welcome to the show.
Great to have you.
Tell us all about Lady Mary Heath.
Well,
where do I start?
Yes, she was the first female commercial pilot. She was born in Limerick. She was married 3 times in early 1900s Ireland.
For pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. She was a complete trailblazer. She was a prize-winning athlete. She was the first person to parachute out of a plane. And kind of the biggest, the thing she's most famous for is being the first person to fly the length of Africa to London.
Okay. Right, and how did she manage all this? Because it wasn't a time that women were to the fore of anything, to be honest.
Yeah, with great difficulty, basically. I mean, she, when she really fought to get her commercial pilot's license. And basically a few months after having it, they took it from her because her menstrual cycle was seen as a disability.
Oh my God.
And they would, even when she had the commercial pilot's license for a very short amount of time, they would test her menstrual cycle. So it was a huge, it was constantly, she was up against walls the whole time.
And did her family have money to help her along the journey?
Well, she had 2 aunts. Her father actually bludgeoned her mother to death.
And she saw that, did she?
Yes, and she was witness to it. And then
she was only a small child then.
She was a small child, and then her father was sent to the Dundrum Central Mental Hospital. Yeah, and then she went to live with her aunts, and she sort of. There was definitely money there in the family, but because her father was disgraced, it was kind of. Yeah, it was probably hard to get a lot of it. Her second husband funded it.
A tough life, isn't it? A tough start in life.
Yeah.
Too, so she achieved so much.
Yeah, she's an amazing. Even when you read about her, you see she's such an amazing character. You know,
there's so many layers there.
So many layers there, and she was able to really kind of fight against it, and she just did what she wanted. Yeah. Like she really did against all odds.
Yeah, and you really want everyone to know about her now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm quite. I've written a show called ICU, and. It's inspired by her life, but it's also set against a modern-day Mary character who's also sort of trapped in her own.
Do we know why she was written out of history, or why this is the first time I've ever heard of her?
Yeah, it's there's kind of rumours that maybe she's been sort of like a little bit written out on purpose, but a lot of it even was to do with like promotion. She died quite young. She died at the age of 43, 42, turning 43. And Amelia Earhart was a friend of hers and a fan of hers. She bought her first plane from Lady Mary Heath. But George Putnam, Amelia's husband, was really wanted to make Amelia famous. So he would basically replace Lady Mary Heath at events with Amelia, without telling anybody.
Yeah, so basically she would do all the hard work and somebody else would take the glory.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is so sad, really.
A common story sometimes.
It's all worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Way worse.
No, it's terrible. So that's why when Mel Lynch, from her story, it's a movement about kind of reclaiming the lost stories of these amazing Irish women. Yeah. She came to me with this woman, and I was kind of going, no, I'm not writing another show. I don't want to do another show yet. But when I kind of saw her story, I had to find a way to do that.
You had to kind of live it yourself, live her life. And where can we see the show?
It's in the New Theatre in Dublin from the 2nd to the 6th of April, and then Bell Table in Limerick on the 26th of April, which would be lovely to kind of bring Lady Mary Heath home.
Back to Limerick.
Yeah.
The Bell Table is a lovely, really old venue in Limerick,
exactly.
Isn't it, really?
So it'd be really nice to get her back there as well.
But where do you find the time to write all these shows now? Because you're very busy yourself with your own acting career.
Yeah, I actually don't know. It's kind of a great release for me, so that's why I enjoy doing it. So yeah, I don't know where I find the time, but I like to. As an actor, it is so good to keep busy because it can be so. Otherwise, the other option is just waiting at the end of the phone. You know?
Well, you've been very lucky, both on television and I suppose on the small screen and the big screen.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a part in Coronation Street,
which
is brilliant.
Yeah.
And then I suppose when you think about it now, you're the new series of In the Line of Duty.
Yes.
That's a big one.
That is a big one. That's a real. Like, I'm really proud of that particular one. It's which I can't talk a huge amount about because. We've all been signing NDAs.
Things are always good when you're signing those things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're like, I'm a big deal now.
And how did that happen? I mean, was it just a rehearse? Did you just audition, or did somebody come to you? Or how do you get that part? How are you written into something like that?
It's I literally just auditioned, and it wasn't even in my own accent. It was kind of it was a bit of a wild card, really. And Jed Mercurial, who wrote it, he was kind of came up after, and he was like, no, I really enjoyed your tape. And so it's great to see that when you do a good tape and you you know, you get in.
You do it kind of blind, really, don't you? And what is your role?
I'll be playing. I can't really say a huge amount, but I'll be playing opposite Stephen Graham and Vicky McClure, Adrian Dunbar, and Martin Constant. But I can't really.
Are you a baddie or a goodie?
I would like to think a goodie. I think I'm not sure. Everyone keeps asking that. And I'm like, I don't know what I can say. It's so terrible. It's like it's the worst.
Because it is fantastic.
Yeah, but watch it. It's coming. It's literally on BBC One this Sunday, so it'll be. Watch it.
We'll know
It'll be
everything
brilliant.
on Sunday. And you know, when you send off all these tapes, are you kind of saying, will somebody really be looking at this? Or
yeah, sometimes it's hard to think that, or you know, when you're going in as a bit of a wild card, it might be something that you're not usually, like this would have been a role I wouldn't usually have kind of played.
But that's kind of good though sometimes, because it's challenging you.
Exactly.
You've done quite a variant. I mean, when you think of Vikings, which has probably been one of our most successful television shows, and certainly here, I just love the gear. Love the gear.
You've seen all of them, haven't you?
I love Vikings, it's fabulous. I mean, I think it's really brilliant, but I just think even the costumes, aren't they brilliant?
Oh, they're like the costume department there are unbelievable, like incredible. And it was just such a huge production, you know, like the whole...
The hair alone.
Yeah, exactly. It's great as well. I've a lot of hair, so it's great to get the use out of it.
Yeah.
But when you're going for shows like, say, Line of Duty, and when you have shows like Vikings on your CV, it must help though.
It must help.
Yeah.
What was
the fact that you've done already.
A good CV behind you.
Oh yes, sorry, yes, yeah, no, it definitely does help. It's definitely an in, but it's never a guarantee at the same time. And you know, also there's a lot to do with, like, if you're sellable as well. There's certain roles that you might be suitable for, but somebody who probably who has more money behind them, you know, kind of from a producer's point of view, you know, we can sell more tickets on this person, so everyone knows this person better, you know.
So,
it's just a lot to do with
notoriety,
that.
I suppose, really. What about a certain look? I mean, do they go for somebody with a certain look in the sense of for a specific role?
Oh, definitely. And I think even Vikings, when Vikings first came out, it was a huge amount of kind of having that kind of blonde look and everything. So finally it was like, the blonde is working for me. Yeah. But yeah, so it's definitely a huge thing to do.
Another one of our own, actually. Yeah,
we have a great clip of you coming up in Bridget and Eamon. Have a look at this.
My name is Veronica Geshnikov, west of Nok, Belogny. I have seen your ad in local paper for a lodger.
I didn't put an ad in the paper. Did you put an ad in the paper?
No, you must have. Good-looking woman wanted to share room with a rake of kids. £13.50 per week.
Did you say £13.50 a week?
Yes.
Well, you're very welcome, £13.50 a week. Bridget, go get £13.50 a week a sandwich.
More madness.
Yeah. That lovely demented look there. I do it very well.
It's a great show though, isn't it? It's so funny.
Brilliant. I actually I enjoy the show myself as a fan.
Yes, if you were on the stage, just love watching it.
Love it.
Now, Jason Bourne, can I ask you?
Yes.
Tell us about that and how you got the part. I know it probably wasn't a big part.
Yes, it was small enough role. I think I was filming for about 2 weeks over in London in the Warner Brothers studio, and that was through again an audition I did with John Hubbard, who had cast me before in a Jimi Hendrix film and something else, and he'll probably kill me because I can't remember what the other thing he cast me in was. But yeah, it was, and that was just an amazing experience. The scale of it, and the director Paul Greengrass is brilliant. He's very into. He's from a documentary background, so it's all about being real and being truthful. And
well, anyone who was a fan, I mean, would have watched the Bourne Identity movies and followed the kind of journey. Brilliant. Did you meet Matt Damon?
I did. Now, he wasn't. We were trying to catch him in the scenes that I was in. So I was in scenes with Alicia Vikander and Tommy Lee Jones. But he was on set doing a lot of stunts on the days that I was there. So really nice guy. Actually is. Like, you know, you're kind of going, I wonder now.
He comes across lovely, doesn't he?
Yeah, really nice.
And he's written an awful lot himself.
Loads.
So you kind of relate to that. Well, I can relate to that. I'm going, you started where I started. I get it, you know.
Well done. We look forward to seeing it.
It'd be great to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, so I see, as Amy said, it's on a new theatre that's in Temple Bar from the 2nd to the 6th of April, of course, and it's Lady Mary's hometown. It's coming to her hometown. The Bell Table, isn't it?
Yes.
On the 26th of April. Thanks a million.
And Line of Duty, yes, this Sunday, BBC One, we're going to find out if Amy, good, bad, or indifferent. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait until Sunday.
I'd say she's a baddie, I don't know.
Not at all. Not at
No,
all.
I'd say, it's good to be a baddie. It's good to be a baddie.
Anyway, coming up after the break, we have Rachel English. We'll see you in a few.
See you in a few.